Hello, everyone. Coming up here on the Pro Wrestling Show presents the AEW Dynamite Ring Report. Coming up, we talk about a lot. MJF will appear live. MJF got a lot to settle with the Hurt business, or the Hurt Syndicate. He wants to join the group and the faction, but they won't still allow him. Speaking of the Hurt Syndicate, we'll hear from them as well in a double segment with MJF and himself about finally if they'll let MJF in the group. Plus, two, the women's world eliminator as champion Tony Storm that was one against Machi Yamiyashi. And Yamiyashi gets a chance to be number one contender. She got to defeat Tony Storm to do so. Also, we kick off here with a huge 8-man all-star tag team match. You see right there on the top of you. You see Mark Briscoe, Speedball Mark Bailey, Kevin Knight, and international champion Kenny Omega taking on Continental Champion Tuso Kakala, the Young Bucks, and Ricochet. But in the main event, the Owen Hart Cup, the men, Kyle Fletcher versus Hangman Page. Which one of these two men will advance on to the finals and get things started as well? Also, too, we talk about this. Hulk Hogan and Ricochet finally reveal who that third man is. You know what's going on with that, but we'll talk about that coming up as well as this Stephanie McMahon seen hanging out with the bloodline. Stephanie McMahon, Stephanie Places on her journey, her venture with the bloodline. All members, they was all feuding against each other at Survivor Series last November. Now they joining together on a ship. What's going on with that? Speaking of the bloodline, Roman Reigns will give you an update on when Roman Reigns is slated to return back to television as well. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this edition of the Pro Wrestling Show. I'm your host, as always, Kid Dix here. Glad you can join us here on the Pro Wrestling Show. Join in the conversation using the hashtag Pro Wrestling here on Connect. Don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe is king. Tell a friend, call a friend. Hit that subscribe button so you won't miss a thing. All right. As you see right here, Kenny Omega teamed up with a huge three-man in a huge 8-man tag team match against Okada. We're hearing rumors and reports that Omega and Okada could be fighting each other and unifying both their championships, the International and the Continental Championship, as one. That's what we're hearing. But they had a match tonight, but Okada's team won tonight. Okada's team won the victory along with the Young Bucks and Ricochet. They won by defeating Omega, Kevin Knight, and Mark Briscoe. Getting the victory as well. We saw right there earlier tonight. Ricochet primary positioning himself, I guess, as that person. Well, speaking of that, the Hurt Syndicate did a segment. MJF, MGP trying to tell Lashley, hey, get aboard with MJF. Lashley still not buying MJF's so-called bribes. Trying to bribe him with money, him winning matches, even giving him a car. That still doesn't phase Lashley. Lashley still doesn't want him in the group. And Lashley made it seem tonight. Lashley made his point clear tonight, even obvious. He did it so consistently right here. MJF still frustrated that Lashley is not inviting him into the group. MVP was trying to help out, but MJF had enough of it. MJF saying, "What do I got to do?" Lashley said, "We hurt people," and Lashley like he was about to go in on MJF and take him out. Lashley said, "Do something to impress me, hurt somebody." And I think MJF got the message loud and clear. That's what he's going to do. He's going to hurt somebody. We just don't know who he's going to hurt. Man, after Lashley did that emphatic, no, thumbs down. Wonder right there what's going on with that. And Lashley playing a key role. MVP MJF wants to join the group so bad that Lashley told him, "Heck no, you can't join this group." And Lashley made it clear. So MVP, Lashley, and all of them told MJF, Find somebody to hurt to impress us, and that's what MJF's been giving his orders. We'll see. Well, Mercedes Monet, she is one step closer onto the Orange Women's Cup. Mercedes Monet made it loud and clear that she wants to be the Orange Cup. She may get, if she's the winner, she may earn a women's championship match against Timeless Tony Storm. Mercedes Monet saying that Jamie Hayter is not in her league, and Jamie Hayter looking forward to want to be next in line for a shot at the women's championship. So Mercedes Monet said she's gonna keep a watchful eye and see how Tony Storm will do collecting belts left and right. So Renee Paquette made it clear tonight. Speaking of the women's champion, May Yamashita was in action. She was in action against the champion Tony Storm. Tony Storm pinned Mama Shanti 1, 2, 3 to get the win. She won't be getting no shot at the championship anytime soon. Tony Storm put an end to that tonight. Tony Storm could be on her way. Could be on her way of that. Well, we know this. The Ops was in action as well. The Ops. Let me show you the Ops. Samoa Joe. Um, Looking forward again his match. He'll take on John Moxley 2 weeks from now for the World Championship in a steel cage match. That's 2 weeks away. I won't be surprised if Powerhouse Hobbs get a shot. He's been there for a long time, but we'll see. But you can tell right here, Samoa Joe using that sleeper, the Kakita clutch, and just put John Moxley to sleep. John Moxley could be out his misery, losing the World Championship to Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe has his way. You can see that being that way, but we know in 2 weeks' time, Samoa Joe will challenge John Moxley for the World Championship on Beach Break in a steel cage match. That's going to be really intriguing to see. So we'll see coming forward. Speaking of that right here, Nick Wayne was in action. Nick Wayne still having problems with Christian. Nick Wayne put in his situation that Nick Wayne still retained his pure championship, his Ring of Honor pure championship. We know that him and Christian is going to have a falling out some way, somehow down the road. You know it's coming. You can just sense it. You can tell it and see. Well, tonight was the AEW athlete of the night. I'm going to have a new segment. Was this man Ricochet? Ricochet landed the pinfall and got the victory for his team. Ricochet is now the AEW athlete of the night. We're going to be doing the athlete of the night for all ring reports coming up. So Ricochet, the first pro wrestling show athlete of the night, the AEW athlete of the night. So look forward to see some Saturday on Friday who's the SmackDown athlete of the night. Look forward to seeing that. Well, we get to the end of the show right here on Dynamite that we saw that we didn't see coming, but it did. We saw Samoa Joe trying to flee, get his hands on you know who. Samoa Joe. Well, Hangman Page won his match over Kyle Fletcher tonight. Hangman Page was in against a match against Kyle Fletcher. The match was that Page defeating Kyle Fletcher 1, 2, 3. And Hangman Page gets the victory over Kyle Fletcher. And Hangman Page and Kyle Fletcher will did meet, but Hangman Page won with a buckshot lariat. Now Hangman Page will go against Will Ospreay. That will happen at Double None. The winner will meet the AEW World Champion All In for the championship. So we're going to see that match coming up as well. So a lot of matches, moving parts of these matches moving forward as well. So we'll be seeing a lot. Keep it here on the Pro Wrestling Show for that. All right. That's going to do it for for the AEW Dynamite Ring Report. Let's move over to Wrestling Hot Topics. On Wrestling Hot Topics, we talk about this right here. Izzy Martinez has been revealed as the third man. Izzy Martinez has been revealed. He's been a driving force in UFC. We thought it was gonna be Conrad Thompson. Conrad Thompson shut down those reports. Izzy Martinez that's going to be the third man. Izzy Martinez has done so and done so well as being a third man for some wrestling promotion. See, well, speaking of that, John Cena and Randy Orton have been feuding for quite some time. This is the one last time they're going to be feuding for the one final time, and they'll be for the WWE Championship. Cena versus Orton match made one back dates since 2007, 2006, I think. So it's been nearly 20 years, and now they're going to have a last final match. So see how that's going to go. But speaking of that, Stephanie McMahon doing her Stephanie Places. Stephanie McMahon had sat down with the whole entire bloodline, and she got inspective. I think she did one with Solo Sikoa, asking Solo what his middle name is. Solo saying Yokozuna. Solo Sikoa, middle name is Yokozuna. Yokozuna, former champion back in the 90s, was part of the new generation. And also, too, the Usos revealed that they was almost going to be named the Wild Samoans, literally. But their mother came in and stepped in, intervened, and said that, no, you're not naming my boys the Wild Samoans. So the Wild Samoans and stuff like that, you can tell everyone's happy, but it's just for TV purposes and stuff. But speaking of that, update on Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns will be back on TV. He had to be riding off TV after getting beat down by Paul Heyman, Seth Rollins, and Braun Breaker, his new faction. We don't know when Roman will return back, but we now know when he's returned back. He'll return back in June, setting up for Money in the Bank. So Roman Reigns coming back, set up his feud. Seth Rollins, Braun Breaker, and Paul Heyman. However that's going to land and however that's going to do coming forward for Roman Reigns, the tribal, the OTC. So Roman Reigns is on his own right now. All right. That's going to do it here for the Pro Wrestling Show presents the AEW Dynamite Ring Report. We're going to leave you with Hangman Page winning the semifinals of the Owen Cup. He's going to meet Will Ospreay in the finals to determine who's next in line for a shot at the World Championship at All In. But it's going to happen at Double or Nothing for the Owen Cup men's final. I've been your host, Kendrick Dixon, saying so long. We'll see you Friday for the SmackDown Ring Report.